What's up, Corn Belters fans, and welcome to the Corn Crib. My name is Jeff Hager, and this is Ridin the Pine. Today I'm joined by Corn Belters pitcher Stephen Frey. And Stephen, last week you made your first start in about 3.5 years. What was going through your mind when you heard the news about taking the hill?
Well, the night before, Brooks told us that he was going to need a relief pitcher to start. We were kind of short, guys were getting hurt and stuff like that. And I didn't think it was going to be me, just for the fact that I haven't started in a while. And he's known that. We talked about it last year and stuff. And once he told me, I was kind of caught somewhere in the middle of super excited and super freaking out. So, when it's said and done, it's cool, it's done, it's over with. I'm happy that it happened. But beforehand, it was nerve-wracking.
Now, did you have to do any different preparations?
Oh, yeah, for
sure.
Start?
Did your game day routine change?
Well, usually I come out here at 11:30 and I'll run and stretch and get everything done beforehand so I don't have to do it. And then relief pitchers we throw at 2:30. So I was out here at 11:30 and Brooks comes out and he sends Matt coming down yelling at me don't stretch, shut it down, like blah, 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 you're going to start. And at that point I was kind of deciding whether or not I should throw before the game at 2:30 like I usually do and not shock my arm or go out at like half hour before the game and go out and throw then. And I kind of decided to do it that way and just take a normal starter's routine to it because I tried to remember back how long ago, what was the sophomore year, when I was doing it, and I kind of just went that route, and it worked out pretty well.
So you do think that kind of going through the normal, because I know things change differently.
Yeah, I don't know.
Time from starting pitcher to relief pitcher.
Yeah, well, my mindset was the same. It was just go one out at a time. It wasn't, man, I hope I get into the fifth or hope I get into the sixth. It was literally one out at a time, which is the same as out of the pen.
Okay, so far this season, this is your second year with the Corn Belters, and you've almost pitched as many innings as you did last season.
Right.
And so far, your ERA has been cut in about half from last year, and your WHIP is just over 1. What has been working for you so far this season?
I don't know, nothing really different. I'm throwing a little bit harder than last year. I kind of focused on sitting on the outside spot part of the plate, where last year I was kind of just let's throw and they're not going to hit it and stuff like that. And now the other day I kind of developed a slider instead of a curveball that I was throwing last year, so that helps a little bit more. It's just the situations, it's a mindset, it's pitching, it's not really any different. So they're going to get themselves out most of the time anyway, so I kind of just stick with that routine.
Okay, and for your start last week, did you feel like, because you pitched about 4.5 innings, so did you feel that your arm was getting a little bit more tired, a little bit quicker? Because, starters usually have a lot of big endurance where you can go for a long time. Did you kind of feel the fatigue factor?
In the arm, no. My arm wasn't tired at all. It was my legs. After the fourth, I came into the dugout, and I was just sitting down, and I was like, holy cow, my legs are just shot. And that's something that'll grow. If I keep starting, it'll change. It's kind of just work out in the weight room, do your running, stuff like that. Just kind of build them up and get used to it. But my arm was fine. I'm a little sore. I was a little sore afterwards, but other than that, not too big of a difference.
Great. And last year for the Corn Belters was a record-breaking year in terms of wins. And this season so far, you guys are on a roll for the first half of the season. You guys are in second place. You guys are coming up quick on first place. And we're approaching the All-Star break. So what does a team need to do to kind of carry that momentum into the second half of the season?
We're pretty banged up now, so we kind of need just the 4 days for the All-Star break. Everyone's going to rest. I think most of us are staying around here, the guys who aren't going to the All-Star game, and we're going to hang out and just kind of take 4 days off. I know a lot of guys are going to take days off from throwing. Race has been used a ton out of the bullpen. Now that Brocker's here, he used a ton. So guys are just going to kind of settle down, relax. I'm sure we'll pick it back up on Thursday, I want to say it is. And we'll team practice and then get to Washington on Friday, be ready to go. And the second half of the year, it flies. It goes really quick.
It does.
So it'll be kind of just like the first half, just everyone's going to stay on board, not get hurt, and we'll be all right.
Great. And with Independent League Baseball, many players live with host families. So what have your experiences been so far living with a host family?
Oh, I got the best. By far the best.
Why is that?
Coopers. I got the best by far. They're everything you can want in a host family. I lived in North Carolina, lived in Massachusetts. And this is my third host family, and it's not even close. Any guy on this team would be lucky to have him. I know before I got there, Chuck Geisels had him in spring training, and about a little bit before he wound up getting released, and he loved them too. And he and I have talked. We've actually become pretty good friends through them. But you go home every night, there's food, You got Kayla, who's the little one, Haley, who's the older one. We'll just watch TV and hang out. Kayla will make breakfast in the morning. Dan and Lori are always home, and they're so receptive. I mean, they're receptive to my family when my girlfriend came out and my dad came out. They just put them up in their RV and stuff like that, and they treat everyone like family. It's really no different than having a family back home. I mean, I forget who I was telling this the other day, that when I'm done playing baseball, this is someplace that I'll visit for the rest of my life, because I can go and I want to see them for a full week. It's a vacation to Central Illinois to visit them, and they're part of the family now for sure.
Great. And one thing I also think is great about your host family is that they are at every single game.
Oh, they're here all the time.
And with as a relief pitcher, you don't necessarily know when you're going to pitch.
Yeah, no,
you can pitch a couple times a week, or you can go just one time in an entire week.
Right.
But they are here every single night.
And in the beginning of the year, I didn't throw at home at all. And when Travers came in and Chuck pitched for Travers, they saw him pitch before I pitched this year, which is kind of funny. We were joking around about it, but every day they sit in the same spot every day, and I'll walk down and I'll say hi to Dan, and Kayla will come down, I'll say hi to her, and Lori's sitting over there. Haley works for us, so she's always here, and it's awesome. I honestly couldn't ask for anything more out of them.
Great. And you played your college ball at Monmouth University, and what would you say was your favorite memory of playing college baseball?
College was awesome. College was great. We were just talking about that the other day too with my roommate. He wants to come out here, but what was really cool about that place is it's on the beach. So my apartment was about 100 yards from the water, and it was actually when Sandy hit, so we had to do the whole evacuation thing and stuff like that. But it was being able to go to the beach after practice and stuff like that. That's probably the best experience there. And then obviously the coaches and all the friends and stuff you make. So it's awesome.
Great. And like I said, you are here in your second year with the Corn Belters. What would you say is your favorite part about playing here?
It's like home. I mean, everyone always gives me a rap because I'm from New York, and I kind of live near New York City, but I'm a half hour outside of it. But you have the farms, you have kind of like a real patriotic atmosphere, and that's the same exact way that I see it here. Everyone's super family oriented, super American. It's nice, a hard labor working area, and I love it. It's just like home. Everyone gets along, and even here too at the stadium, and just being able to come out every day, it's nothing better.
Great. Well, again, this is Corn Belters pitcher Stephen Frey. The Corn Belters are home for 6 games this week with a midweek series against the Schaumburg Boomers. Then they will take on the Frontier Grays in a weekend series before heading out for the All-Star break. Thank you for coming out to the Corn Crib tonight, and enjoy the game. This has been Riding the Pine. I'm Jeff Hager.